Mr. Henry, do you understand the offer that the state is making to you? As to all the charges that you're facing, the maximum possible penalties are as follows. Life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
Like, they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They'll be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
Breaking news today. YNW Melly's co-defendant, YNW Bortlen, has officially been offered a 16-year plea deal, but he only has until tomorrow to accept it. If he refuses, he's staring down 5 life sentences plus an extra 75 years. According to the plea sheet, those life sentences cover multiple charges, including first-degree witness tampering, orchestrating criminal activity, and more tampering charges. All of that would be wrapped into one 16-year sentence with time served. On paper, it looks like a no-brainer.
Mr. Henry, do you understand the offer that the state is making to you? Okay, you're charged as follows. Counts 1 and 2 is the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital felonies, which means it's a mandatory life sentence. If the jury convicts you of count 1 or count 2 as charged, that's life in Florida State Prison. I have no discretion. Count 3 and count 4 are accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty for each of those is 30 years in Florida State Prison. Count 1 is tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State Prison. Is directing the activities of a criminal. That's a first degree felony punishable by life. So the maximum penalty there is also life in Florida State Prison. Count 5 is conspiracy to commit tampering. And again, as it's charged, that is also a life felony. As to all the charges that you're facing, the maximum possible penalties are as follows. Life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison.
Prosecutors are moving strategically. Just announced, Melly's retrial has been pushed back again. During a Friday hearing, the 4th District Court of Appeals granted the state attorney's office more time, delaying the trial all the way to January 2027. Meanwhile, Bortlen's case kicks off in just a few days. The timing isn't random. The state clearly wants Bortlen to flip. A no communication order has also been filed, cutting off all contact between Melly and Bortlen. No calls, no lawyer updates, nothing. This is a classic prosecution move when they are trying to pit one co-defendant against the other. Even reporters describe it as, if Bortlen flips, it's a slam dunk against...
You can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together. It's just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once. And also, you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking a penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. You're seeking the penalty on one, not the other. But that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
If YNW Bortlen does take the deal, it could be the nail in Melly's coffin come 2027. All Bortlen has to do is confirm the evidence against Melly is true, and his sentence drops dramatically. Think about it. If he knows deep down he didn't commit this crime, why would he risk spending his entire life in prison? Logic says he'll point the finger at Melly, just like Melly's legal team tried pointing at him during the first trial. What many fans don't even realize is that Melly's lawyer had already attempted to shift the blame onto Bortlen the very first time around.
Those were his lives. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. And you don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with 2 bodies, car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. and he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland Henry.
In court, Melly's defense painted Bortlen as a liar. They told jurors that Bortlen had gunpowder residue on his hands, and that he was the last one seen with UV and sack chaser before they died. The defense even called in a forensic scientist to explain in detail how Bortlen tested positive for residue.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of residue and two component particles. And the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of residue and 1 2-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was residue present on the hands.
The forensic breakdown was chilling. Bortlen's right hand showed multiple particles linked to gunpowder residue, while his left hand had at least 2. Translation: there was undeniable residue on his hands. Since then, Melly and Bortlen haven't spoken a word to each other. And when Melly's mistrial was declared, Bortlen tweeted something cryptic. "Mind games don't work on people like me," alongside a handshake emoji, like he was already considering a deal. That means his thoughts about cooperating may have started the moment Melly's mistrial was announced. But the biggest threat? What investigators claimed they found in Bortlen's
Melly's
home.
co-defendant YNW Bortlen was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortlen, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortlen allegedly tampered with the witness.
According to state filings, investigators uncovered disturbing handwritten notes inside Bortlen's house. These notes allegedly described jurors in detail, their appearance, where they sat in court. Right before Melly's lawyer started accusing Bortlen, it almost looked like Bortlen was preparing to retaliate against jurors who could convict him.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortlen, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They're like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
Here's where things get dangerous for Melly. If Bortlen agrees to cooperate, he can back up new evidence prosecutors want to introduce. One example, a Facebook post linking Melly to the same street crew as Young Thug.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, snake. He's saying he's YSL, he's hanging with him. And he puts up his YNW for life hashtag on it with Mr. Demons has the big B hand signs displayed.
Right, and these individuals again. I assume that's also Young Thug. That's also unknown.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see.
Melly knows this is bad. In court, he was overheard yelling at his own lawyers, demanding they stop fighting the evidence because, in his mind, once Bortlen takes the deal, that evidence is going to be validated anyway. Reporters wrote, today's hearing was the first time Melly openly went against his legal team in court.
Yes, sir.
Against our advice, our client wants to proceed.
You objected to their request. We need to determine this automatic stay.
Based upon what our client has instructed us.
Witnesses inside the courtroom even caught what Melly shouted. I don't care. I'm not in no gang. They can't prove that.
I'm aware. 924-071.
call for an automatic stay while
they were aggravators. They go to membership, and again, there are things that the jury would have to find before going into penalty.
Not aggravator, that's the death penalty. Aggravator, that's the enhancement itself, Your Honor. That was charged. He was charged in committing the murder for the further conviction, which is an aggravator in terms of the guilt.
Something that they would have to find by way of an interrogatory.
Yes.
But prosecutors have more ammo. An XO Block member came forward, claiming Melly confided a chilling secret to King Vaughn before his arrest. The two were close friends, and Melly allegedly asked Vaughn for advice on how to handle people. If you know Vaughn's history, you know exactly what that implies.
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
If Bortlen accepts this plea, prosecutors will have 2 full years to make all of this new evidence admissible. And if they succeed, Melly's chances of walking free are gone. He's facing life in prison. And that's not even his only problem.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
Enter case number 2. Melly also faces a separate life sentence over another charge, one that originally fell apart because his ex-girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, fled the country and avoided testifying. But now she's back. The judge cut her a deal, testify against Melly and walk free. She instantly agreed.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
That's devastating, because her iCloud allegedly contains proof of Melly pressuring her through jail calls not to testify. That's witness tampering, a charge that alone carries a potential life sentence, even if Melly wasn't found guilty in the original murders.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail. They don't give it to him.
Because of this, Melly hasn't been allowed to use jail phones for over a year. His mother, Jamie King, even did an interview exposing how the jail won't let him talk on the phone or even see his own mail. She said it breaks her heart to see her son treated this way, almost like he isn't even human.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
But not everyone sympathizes. Charleston White reacted, saying Melly deserves no special treatment and that this is exactly the life he signed up for.
Even the YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated. When you done chose to play somebody.
Meanwhile, rap veteran Boosie spoke out, sharing a concern for Jamie King and the emotional toll this trial is taking on her.
Okay, so then I met his mama while he was in. Oh, okay. I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
And Bortlen's cooperation would answer one more key question. What exactly happened in the 5 hours after murders? Prosecutors revealed new footage of Melly, just hours later, seen dancing in a parking lot alongside Bortlen.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! No, still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
Bortlen could also testify about what Melly was doing in the Jeep just 30 minutes before the shootings, where he was spotted hopping into the back left seat.
Excuse me, you're able to see? Yes? All right.
Court documents say it all. The direction of the bullets, traveling left to right, matches the back left seat, the same spot where Melly was sitting. Even Uve's mother confirmed that's where he was positioned.
Your name, your full legal name for the jury?
Leon Phillips.
Okay. And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
So here's a real question. With Bortlen now offered this deal, will he flip on Melly? Comment your thoughts below. Do you think this plea deal seals Melly's fate? And don't forget to like the video if you still listen to his music.